afternoon. Welcome.
And happy Valley Spotlight, everybody. I'm Lauren.
It used to be called Sunday. Now it's Valley Spotlight Day.
Happy Valley Spotlight Day.
My name is Mike. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. And we have a cool show for you. Another jam-packed hour ahead of us.
We most certainly do. And can I just start off with the fact that this house that Kelly Warren and I get to just be invited to check it out. This open floor plan on the lake, it's just to die for.
It goes on and on and on. It's very nice.
It's a home advantage for sure.
Yeah, and you'll find out more about that house. We found out how bagels were made.
Yeah, we did.
I had no idea, and there's a different, like the stuff you buy in the store is different than a New York style bagel and the way you make them. So there's a new company out there called Maverick and Walker, and they do them, and we're going to visit with them with Mark Canzonetta in his test kitchen.
I think it's great that Mark has such great friends within the industry, and then we get to meet the coolest and the greatest ones of them all.
Right.
It's such a great job. Thank you, Mark.
We have a fun cash car for you. It's only a little embarrassing for me.
A little bit embarrassing for him, and he's not even in the car.
Right.
So do the math on that one.
You'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And whether you say perfect or perfetti or sausage or sausage, it doesn't matter because you're going to want to put them on your grill this summer. So we have a cool story. And thanks to the folks that let us go and take the inside look at
But
the sausage
first,
company.
Michael, we have to get to something that I know was a big moment for you.
It was pretty cool.
It was on the calendar for a very long time, and he was like, today's the day, today's the day.
Fingers crossed that I could interview Rocky Bleier. Because if you know me, I started loving the Browns through and through in high school, thanks to Bernie Kosar. But in the 70s, the Steelers were my team growing up, and it was a real thrill to meet Rocky Bleier, one of the running backs on those teams. And I think it was just as much of a thrill for him because he got to be the keynote speaker at the Freedom Warrior Golf Outing and give a little back to the veterans here in the Valley. Take a look.
It was August 20th, 1969.
You do remember?
Yeah, I do.
Next month will be 50 years since that fateful day. Pittsburgh Steeler great Rocky Bleier was barely a Pittsburgh Steeler at all. He was in combat in Vietnam, and this happened.
That I got hit twice in the same action, in the same day. One, the first time, I got shot through the left thigh with an AK-47. Same action later on, same day, I got hit with a grenade that blew up through my right foot, knee, and thigh.
Bleier had to come home, and the journey began to get better. Forget about playing running back for the time being. He needed to walk again.
So I had nerve damage and tissue damage and broken bones within my foot. Hit me in the knee, hit me in the thigh. Those wounds you could sew up and take care of. But it was the foot and the nerve, because everything then you do from a running back position all starts with that.
He was lucky to be alive and lucky to be with the Steelers. That organization gave him the time to heal. From injured list to practice squad to finally getting on the field in an actual game, it took almost 5 years, and Rocky had a decision to make.
And after the 73 season, I in my mind, I said, that's it, I'm not coming back. Only to be talked into it, you know, and maybe the reality was, okay, maybe I'm shortchanging myself, and let's go back and give it a shot again, and that was in 74.
One of the best decisions of his life. He took his shot, and things finally began falling into place.
Then things happen. Somebody gets hurt, you get a chance to play, and then all of a sudden you get a chance to break into the starting lineup and become successful. We start to win, and we win the division, and then the rest kind of becomes history, and you become part of that history. And so
4 Super Bowl victories later, and now decades later, Bleier spends a lot of his time listening and visiting with fellow Vietnam vets that he feels got the short end of the stick.
You were identified with a conflict, you were identified with a war, and you were thought poorly of because you served during that period of time. That has changed, obviously, but not the scars that Vietnam veteran has endured over those period of time.
His status as a football champion makes it easier for him to talk about the past. He calls it a catharsis. But for others, it's not that simple, and that's why he loves to help.
So if I have a chance to talk to veterans, what I'd like to tell them is to be able to tell their stories, because there's generations that don't understand what you've done.
And that's why he was honored to be the special guest at this year's Freedom Warrior Golf Outing. Bleier loves how the money raised stays in town and helps the local veterans keep going.
And especially here, in what takes place with this program specifically, and the money being raised, staying here, staying within the community, helping the veterans that live here and made this their home and have come back home. Because it becomes very difficult from a veteran's point of view, is that the pride that you have serving, you don't want to ever ask for help, and you don't have your hand out, but yet there's a need.
And Rocky still follows the game that made him famous. So of course, being smack dab in the middle of the Browns-Steeler rivalry, we couldn't let him leave without a prediction for this season.
The prediction is the Steelers will win the division, obviously, but Cleveland is on the upswing. I'm as excited to see what Cleveland does this year as I think the Cleveland fans are, because it really helps the division. You know, it just helps the rivalry over the period of time. But the Steelers, I think, still is the stronger team.
I think the Steelers of that era kind of look at the Browns as their little brothers. Like, they want them to do well,
Right.
but they don't think they're better than them. And they may be right. Did you know his real name's not Rocky?
I didn't know that.
It's Robert. But when he was little, his dad said that he was real muscular and it was a little rock. And then the people started coming to his dad's bar and they were saying, "How's that little rock of yours?" And hence the name. He went by Rocky after that.
It's better than Pebble.
I did not know. Yeah, it's way better. That's for sure.
A great story, Mike.
Thank
And
you.
a great event, too.
And thanks to him, really cool event. All right, when we come back, we're going into the test kitchen.
We're gonna, you know how you make the donuts? Mm-hmm. We're making the bagels.
We're making the bagels after this commercial break.
Kenny, what are you guys doing at the Robins? We're not ready yet.
Oh, we're supposed to be at the Amp. Hey, here's where we're supposed to be. River Rock at the Amp. The only place to be every Saturday night, River Rock at the Amp.
She would always say, "Honey, you snore so loud, I can't believe how loud you snore." And I'm like,
and he claims I quit breathing. I've tried 4 different masks to make it work, and I just can't do it. And I'll be honest with you, I did not know what REM sleep felt like before the appliance. I really did not. I never had that deep of a sleep before.
Get your Ryers right now because deals like this won't last long. Grab a new pair of Asics, originally $159.95, now $89.97. New Balance Athletics were $164.95, now $89.97. Merrill Adventure shoes were $119.95, now $59.87. And these Stone Canyon dress shoes were $49.95, now $19.97. Thousands of designer brands are on sale every day in the Ryers Rack Room. The prices will knock your socks off. Located in beautiful downtown Sharon.
Bistro 1907 is a classic yet unique American bistro. This space lets us immerse ourselves in history. The dishes are inspired by our past but have a modern twist. Bistro 1907 by Mark Canzonetta is unlike any place else. Find out why. I'm Mark Canzonetta, and I welcome you to Bistro 1907.
Well, Pesto's Test Kitchen is the Bistro 1907 Test Kitchen today, and we're excited to have Sam from Maverick and Walker Bagel Company, one of your buddies, right, Mark?
He is. He's also not only a dear friend, but he's also my pastor.
Oh, well, there you go. We'll try to keep it clean and pious for you folks. All right, so tell me about the baking company and the bagel company. When did you get this idea, and when did you get started?
So my wife and I, we took a trip to New York last summer, experienced a New York style bagel for the very first time, and it was just totally different than anything that we had ever experienced before. Now we do work full time at a church, and so we're very busy, so the idea of even wanting to do make a bagel company seemed very far-fetched.
It does.
Yeah, but at Christmas time, our boss, he gives us a week off afterwards because we push really hard for Christmas to do a good job. And I have a history of not sitting still very well. So within that, each Christmas break, I end up doing some sort of project. And this year it was, I'm going to figure out how to make these New York style bagels. So it started out, I found a documentary on YouTube from the Brooklyn Public Library.
Seriously, that's awesome.
Made in 1979.
All right.
And just some old Jewish guys that were making some bagels. And I was like, man, I've got to give it a try. And so we were just playing with dough with my kids, Maverick and Walker, and just kind of went from there. Started feeding some of these bagels for our family. And, you know, it's Christmas time, so I figured they're just trying to be super kind. They're telling me, oh, it's so great, it's so good. And from there, one of my family members actually blessed me with some money, and he said, you need to turn this thing into a business. And so I said, well, I've got time on my hands this week, so let's go for it.
In 1 week?
In 1 week. And so from there, we hired a graphic artist. Her name's Lydia Tarleton. She is incredible.
I love your branding. It really shows through, and it's very, very well done.
Yeah, the logo's cool. That's for sure.
Yeah, super intentional. We really are. The branding is a high priority for us. The look of everything, and then from there, we just said we're going to continue to try and make these bagels. From there, we were trying to find some more ingredients because not everything that we needed to make a true New York style bagel was available at a local grocery store.
Okay, tell us the difference then.
So one of the biggest things was barley malt syrup. It's a classic ingredient. It is really, really thick.
We have some boiling right here, right?
We do.
Okay.
We use that to boil, and we actually put it in the dough as well.
Okay.
And so I was kind of calling all over the place. I was going around to different bakeries, kind of like a crazy person, like, do you make your bagels here? Tell me everything about these bagels. I need this malt syrup. And nobody knew what I was looking for. And except for one guy, and a good friend of mine, his name's Michael Angraff, and he actually blessed me with some free barley malt syrup and hooked me up.
Got me
owner of the bread shop.
Super nice,
Yes.
super
great
nice
people.
family.
Great guy.
Did you know all this about bagels?
I knew the difference between bagels and what is commonly out on the market. Bagels, it's a step of love you have to do. We're going to take the bagels. Sammy's going to show you the procedure, but after you raise them, you actually dip them into boiling water, and what that achieves is it gives you texture. It gives you that chew, which is only in that kind of style of bagel, because the other bagels are mostly raised, put in the oven, and sold to the consumer. So that extra step gives it that chew, kind of like when you go to New York City and you get a great slice of pizza, and you got that chew on the crust. Same idea.
Do you want to roll a couple for us, Sam?
Absolutely. So what we're going to do, I just kind of making it into a log, and I try to make sure that it's as even as possible. Okay. And then from there, to get that shape, I'm going to wrap around 3 of my fingers instead of all 4 because I got big hands. And then,
the curse.
The curse. And then from there, I'm just kind of rolling out just to get that seam. I do a little bit of a twist, and that's pretty much it.
That's it.
That's it. That gives the shape.
But this is a 2-day process instead of just 15, 20 minutes, right?
Yeah. So what we do is we usually will spend a night where we're just making dough and we're just shaping it. And at a time, we'll go and do we'll shape anywhere from about 800 to 1,000 bagels in an evening. Normally, a normal batch will be we'll get 35 bagels out of it to fill up one of these boards. We do them about 9 minutes at a time.
You have a bunch of different flavors. How many different flavors? And tell me some of the flavors you've got.
So right now we have 7 different flavors. We've got our cheddar garlic, which is a great balance of garlic, cheddar, and on top of it, really thick. Yep. And then we also have our sassy cheddar garlic, which just has the same thing, but it has a little bit of jalapenos chopped up in it.
That'd make a great club sandwich, man.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Great on a burger too. And then we have our sesame seed, just classic. We have everything, which is just kind of this hodgepodge of all these different seasonings.
Okay.
We've got lemon blueberry for the summer.
Okay.
Then we've got blueberry cinnamon. We figured we love cinnamon, we love blueberry. Let's put them together. It should be a good match, right?
What's the highest seller? What's the one people like to mention the most?
Right. So right now it's our lemon blueberry and cheddar garlic.
Those are on the right-hand side there as we look at
Now,
those.
where do you set up shop?
Right now we have sort of every single week we're at Howland Farmers Market.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Such a nice area.
It's beautiful. We love Howland. We're there from 9 to 1 every Saturday. And we kind of been taking on a lot of different pop-up shops kind of all over Youngstown too. We really want to be here as well, so we're kind of everywhere.
Your malt syrup is boiling.
Yes, sir.
Should we put a couple in? Is that what we do? Is that the next step?
That would be the next step. So we'll go from there, and then we just kind of drop them in.
Just plop them in.
And typically we could do like up to 8 at a time. Well, we're going to work on that. We're going to try to get you a bigger, stove up here so you have a bigger pot.
Yeah,
a little bit like Jaws, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, exactly.
How long do they sit in there? How do you know when they're done? Do they float?
So typically, So typically when they are fully proofed, they will float right up to the top. So if they're underproofed at all, they'll pretty much sink to the bottom. We leave these in for anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes And what you're looking for is you almost want like a skin type consistency around the bagel itself. And so we're just always kind of twisting them around and just getting them to be completely covered in that malt, because what the malt does as well is it helps us that when we're going to go and we're going to seed them, we're going to actually put the different seasonings on, that malt actually helps it stick to.
So it acts as the glue.
It does.
That's awesome.
Right.
Okay. How about I stir it?
Yeah.
And Mark, you can tell people that some of these are on the menu, right?
Some of these are, yeah.
Go grab some out of the oven for us,
everything
Sam.
is on the menu. We serve that with our salmon bagel lox in the mornings and at night. As a matter of fact, you can get it. We're open 18 hours a day, so you can get that. And we serve that with a herb chive cream cheese, and then you get a little bit of to put a French twist on it. We have a nice frisee salad with an apple cider and mustard vinaigrette. So all those combination of creamy, salty, savory from the salmon, and plus all the different flavors, the garlic, the sesame, and onion on the bagel just really combines well and makes a great. It's one of our most popular breakfast items,
So
especially
Sam,
Sunday brunch.
Once you get them out of here, do they go right into the oven after that, or how does it work?
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll load them up on a tray, we'll get them seated, and then we'll get them in the oven. We'll start cooking.
All right, man.
Well, we're going to have them cook, and then when we come back, we're going to do some sandwiches, right?
We're going to do some sandwiches. We're going to show what you can do with bagels. Just because you had a bagel and it was sitting in your bread box and they kind of went a little bit stale, doesn't mean you have to throw them away, Mike. So we can turn those bagels into bagel chips and have some fun with them, and that's what we're going to show when we come back.
All right, we'll be back. The Maverick and Walker Baking Company. Do you have a website or anything like that we can promote?
Yeah, iwantbagels.com.
All right, I love it.
That makes it easy. And we'll make some sandwiches in the next half hour.
Wow, Michael, I
didn't know how to do that.
So perfect.
That was
too.
good, the way they roll them out. At first, I thought Maverick and Walker was going to be something with Top Gun, but it turned out to be Sammy's Kids, which is almost as cool as Top Gun.
I was going to say, you or really good food with Top Gun. I'm not sure.
It's
I think
quite
the good
the combination.
food takes rank.
And wait till you see what we make with those bagels in the next half hour.
Pretty good.
All right, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to the lake.
Yes, we are. Kelly Warren and we're going to show you a beautiful home and a way to incorporate a lot of different indoor and outdoor spaces together. So stay with us.
Life is full of decisions. What to feed our families, how to save money, and how to keep our families healthy. At Pristine Dental, the decision was easy. They make it simple for us to manage our dental care with membership plans that directly benefit us, instead of the big insurance companies. The Pristine Dental membership plans offer up to a 30% discount on selected services. No hidden fees or fine print. Great dental care made easier. Visit pristinedentalpros.com to learn more. Your smile will say it all.
The Avalon Athletic Club at Boardman is the perfect place for the whole family to shape up and get moving.
This is your chance to play top-tier tennis 12 months a year.
Plus, take advantage of Avalon's newest state-of-the-art fitness facility and relax in our steam and sauna rooms.
Your family deserves to train with the best equipment and the best facilities. And with our Avalon membership, you'll have access to all 4 of our world-class locations.
Call us today for affordable membership pricing, and
the best is really yet to come in 2019.
So let yourself go to Duca. Let yourself go to Duca.
Home advantage really is an advantage when you have Kelly Warren and associates on your side. Kel, we've had quite the season, and this is quite the house to enjoy all seasons.
Yes, yes.
Out here, Lake Milton, right?
Yes, lake living at its finest.
It really is. This is dynamite. What I love about this, and I know what our photographers are loving about this, is the openness.
Yes, well, and that's what everybody wants right now. It is so wonderful to have the open concept and to have the open spaces for your life and your family, and also for entertaining.
And this is perfect. I mean, it's perfect for that. So we have, obviously the kitchen space. Then we have a dining space here. a beautiful living room.
Yes.
For any season.
Yes, for all seasons, because it's summertime now, we get to go outside and enjoy it, but during the fall and the winter, to watch the leaves change and to watch the winter on the lake with the doors closed, you still feel like it's outside and open.
That is what I think I love about this so much, is the fact that this, no matter what temperature it is outside, chances are good you're going to want to look at all this, right?
Yes, who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't is right. They have more dining room space out here.
I know. Wouldn't you love to have a summer dinner party here?
I was going to say, it's like they knew we were coming or something.
We'll just sit down.
I was going to say, where do we order? It's like a bed and breakfast almost.
Yes.
A lot of people are doing, these patio furniture sets that are more conversational.
Yes. And I love the divided spaces out here. It's all open and all together, but different little sections for whatever you want to use it for.
There is nothing better than this. And I would imagine that people that are, Mahoning County, Columbiana County, Trumbull County, when they come out here to Lake Milton, I'm sure they're probably have the same look on their face that I do right now. It's like, gosh, this is unbelievable.
Lake Milton is getting people from Cleveland and Pittsburgh and everywhere else too. It's almost a little vacation destination.
It really is. Yeah. And this is a lakefront property with beautiful views, and you guys seem to have all kinds of different types of homes in your repertoire. For people at home who are saying, you know what, not only do I like that house, but I have a feeling I like a couple more that they have. Tell everybody at home how to get a hold of you guys.
Well, this home is for sale at 577 Driftwood Lane, and you can find it online at kellysoldit.com. And of course, you can call or text us about any property at 330-717-2689.
Beautiful stuff, Kel. Okay, I'm just gonna take
bring your son to emotion.
I know, no problem here. My goodness.
Oh, that looked nice. That looked so relaxing, didn't it?
Perfectly staged too.
Yeah.
Like the different spaces, and the lady who lives there, we're going to catch up with her hopefully before she moves.
Oh, and how talented she is. She's an artist, loves art, worked at the art museums and things like that. What a cool lady, and what a cool space.
I know.
What they did with it is really neat. It had a brick floor.
It did.
You don't see that.
No, you don't.
No, it was really cool and really
Our
different.
floor is not good enough for you?
This is nice.
Okay.
No, I really like this.
All right, thank you.
But it had a brick floor. That's all I'm saying. All right, the drive-in by my house got knocked down years ago.
I know.
There's a couple left near me, but that's it.
And it's one of my favorite childhood memories. And as you know, we like to take, a look at all the great stuff in the Valley. And we would like to introduce everybody at home to our friend Sean Posey. Sean is a local writer and historian, and, helps us with different things on the show all the time.
Yeah, it's good to have a researcher like that does all the legwork for us.
It really does. And today we're going to feature one of his stories about drive-ins in our area, and it really is remarkable and really great to take a look back at something that we all remember growing up, right?
Brings back some memories. Watch.
Sure does.
The drive-in theater tradition here in the Mahoning Valley is now almost 80 years old. Behind me is the Skyway Drive-In. Open since 1949, it's one of two remaining here in the area.
America's love affair with the drive-in began in 1933 when the first Ozoner, as they were called, opened in Camden, New Jersey. In the years after World War II, Americans moved away from central cities and downtown theaters and began frequenting the drive-ins that opened in the surrounding areas. Nearly 3,000 drive-ins opened between 1945 and 1953. Drive-ins show double or sometimes triple bills, allowing families to relax in the comfort of their own automobiles. Concession stands provided a bounty of goodies for both the young and old.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn?
At one time or another, there were 9 different drive-in theaters operating here in the Mahoning Valley. Starting in the 1940s, families could get away from the crowded cities and the packed downtown movie houses out into what were largely rural areas, all to enjoy a night of double features, complete with dinner, all from the privacy of their own automobiles.
Be able to see movies on this big giant screen, for us that was, a very magical time. And I remember getting to see a lot of Disney films such as Dumbo, Cinderella. It was a simpler time. There were no worries back in the 80s. There were no responsibilities, especially for somebody that's in high school, and for us to have that outlet as a gathering place and a place to be entertained at night, away from our parents, it was a magical thing to have. And unfortunately, we didn't know at the time that we were on the end of an era.
That brought back some memories, didn't it?
I know.
I always think, well, first of all, there's no double features anywhere anymore.
Nope.
And I always was jealous of the kids that had a pickup truck or a station wagon that could sit in the back of it and look out and watch those movies.
And there's only one around here that you can still go to.
Yeah, the one down the street in Warren, Elm Road.
Absolutely. And if you have more interest in this, Sean has 2 books out. The first one is called Lost Youngstown. The second is called The Historic Theaters of Youngstown in the Mahoning Valley. Both are available on Amazon and at Barnes & Noble here locally. So if you want to check out more, it's a great place to do it, and he's a wonderful writer.
Those are great gift ideas
Yes,
for
they are.
parents and uncles and aunts and grandparents and things like that.
Most certainly.
All right. Ready for this next one?
I most certainly am.
All right, well,
I can't wait.
When Joe Perfett first opened his store, the store owner next door said, "Do you think there's enough people out here to support your business?" And he said, "Well, we're going to find out." 30 years later, it's still up and going. Now, notice I said Perfett. Some say Perfetti's sausage. Joe says he doesn't care. The name's the same. He says, but we're still making a name for ourselves in this business.
These are nice, got nice quality on them. You need some marbling fat to make them tender.
No one knows a pork shoulder butt like Joe Perfett. 5 days a week at the age of 76, he gets up and he comes to work.
I get up, eat breakfast, sit down and watch the news. Then I come here. I'm here every morning about 7:45.
And he starts cutting meat.
I just have to take the bone out, and they have little fine bones on it. I feel them to get rid of them.
Okay.
And then I just cut it up. I get this ready for them. They grind it, they mix it, they stuff it.
And of course, it's not all Joe. He has his daughter Holly here and his grandson Cameron. They continue the line of work Joe has been in for decades.
I didn't go to college, so I wanted something that no one could take away from me. So I went into meat cutting.
This is it?
Yeah.
After a while, Joe and a partner opened their own store in Girard 30 years ago.
I got tired of working for somebody else.
Yeah?
And I decided to venture. I was going to do it earlier, and then the mills all shut down, and I got cold feet. It would have been nice if I'd have done it when I was 10 years younger.
Yeah.
But it worked out well.
Well enough to eventually move here to the store in Youngstown on Shenley Avenue. The Perfett name is known across the valley now, but for a time back in 1989, he got a little nervous.
And then one person came in, and then that one told somebody else, and we built it up from zero. And it worked out good.
That's for sure. You've probably eaten Perfett's sausage and not known where it was from. Perfett sells to over 10 restaurants and bars in the area. Well-known places like Station Square, Rachel's, Johnny's, and the Royal Oaks. Not bad for a guy who didn't even know how to make sausage or kielbasa until he got some help.
I never made sausage or kielbasa, and this Hungarian fella come in and taught me how to do it all.
Really?
Yes. He gave me the basics. And then I tried this seasoning and this seasoning and this seasoning and this one, and I played with it for a while, you know, till I hit it. And then when the customers come in and said, wow, this is great, I never changed it again.
The ingredients are simple: pork and spices. They'll tell you the kinds, but never how much. That's the secret.
You need both. You need good quality pork butts.
Yeah.
And your spices have to be right.
Yeah.
We weigh everything on the scale, so the taste never changes. It's always the same.
The sausage business has changed a little throughout the years. People do less cooking at home these days, but there's still a demand, so Joe will keep getting up and cutting meat. And after 30 years in the books, he hopes they'll keep going at least another 30.
Yeah, I hope it gets another 50 years, you know, for the rest of for my grandkids and that.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I'm hoping for them, you know. At my age, I did my thing.
Right.
You know, and I taught them everything. They don't need me. They can do it all. If I was gone tomorrow, nothing would change.
But you're coming in tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Holly. And I'm going to come clean. I took a lot of it home and didn't share it with the group.
I know.
They didn't know that till just now. And they're not happy. Well, that happens. But we shared the bagel stuff with you.
Yeah, only because I showed up at the last second.
It's good that you did.
Oh my gosh, these are so good. Wait till you see.
How to make them. Now we know how to implement them after this break.
Where did my Mimo go? Mimo! Mimo, where are you? Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Wait till you see my Mimo.
Your Mimo? Do you make your grandmother mow your grass?
Not my Mima, not my grandma, my Mimo.
Why didn't you say so?
Yeah, it mows my grass, and I just get to watch. And my humans, they love it too.
Get your Mimo by Honda at Ducut Sales and Service. Even your Mimo will be impressed with your lawn.
Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC is teaming up with Valley Spotlight.
Hey, you guys, this is going to be great.
It sure is. We are bringing you the chance to win big in the Sweeney Cash Car.
You could drive away with $250 cash or $1,000 towards your new Sweeney vehicle.
So buckle up, answer our trivia questions, and win. Enter at valleyspotlight.com/cash-car for all the details.
So come take a ride in the Cash Car at Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC.
On Market Street
in Boardman.
Hey, guys! I got the pizza. We're always early.
Where's the band?
What time does this thing start anyway?
It starts the end of May till early September. The only place to be, River Rock at the Amp, every Saturday night.
There's always a perfect fit in the Ryers Rack Room, and the savings will knock your socks off. End your summer in a pair of Birkenstocks for just $39.97. Clark sandals starting at only $29.97. ProPay athletics and boots are 50% off the sale price, and EasyWorks clogs are just $49.97. And you know it's coming. Boot season is around the corner, and with styles like these, who wants to wait? Get to Ryers today and skip the sales tax, only in beautiful downtown Sharon.
Test Kitchen is the Bistro 1907 kitchen this week, and Mark is with me along with Sam, who is one of the folks in charge of the Maverick and Walker Bagel Company. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're going to put some things on your bagels if you don't mind.
Come on, let's do it. We're going to build some things, but what I want to say is, we're talking about when you have these bagels and they're great, what's the shelf life of a bagel?
Yeah.
Typically they last a week. Our bagels, we recommend keeping them in the fridge.
Okay, so if you don't do that and you left them out on your counter, I think there's something we can do if they get a little hard, a little bit drier. We can take those and cut those down into bagel, like little rounds, little chips, and what we're going to do is we're just going to drizzle those with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. You can use canola oil, you can use grapeseed, whatever your dietary needs are, and we just want to drizzle that a little bit. We're going to place those in a 375-degree oven for about 4 to 5 minutes. They're going to get crispy and brown, and we're going to come back and we're going to use that to do with this wonderful dip for different kind of chips and dip, and we're also going to top some French onion soup with those, Mike, because I think that's going to be fantastic. So Sam, if you can hand me that bowl, we're going to make this Mediterranean dip, and I don't know, you have a little bit of Mediterranean roots as well, so we're going to start off some cream cheese, because bagels and cream cheese, right? One of the best classic things you can have. cream cheese. I love cream cheese. Get a good cream cheese. You should leave it out at room temperature a little bit for maybe about an hour so it's easy to work with.
Good idea.
We're going to add some roasted artichokes that I roasted previously in the oven. We're going to add some scallions. God, I love feta cheese. How about you, man? We're going to add some feta cheese, a little bit salty, a little bit pungent, that creaminess of the cheese. We're going to add that in there. Some baby sweet red peppers, which I love because the sweetness, the savoriness of it, it really goes well. Some Kalamata olives. You got to have the, I know, man, they're so good. So briny and flavorful. Roasted garlic for all those garlic lovers out there. I like a little spice, so I'm gonna add a little bit of Fresno. You want to heat it up a lot?
Yeah.
Well, let's kick it up, man. For your kids, you might want to cut back on that if you don't want to do it at home.
Or any human.
A little bit of salt, a little pepper, and we're just gonna combine this all together. And it's really, really easy. You can do it in a mixer, you can use it with a spoon, whatever you want to do, just combine it together. And then we're going to place it in the tube. You can place it in grandma's cast iron skillet. If you have a casserole dish, glass casserole dish, whatever you want to do, we're just going to take this, mix it together, and then we're going to put it into this and we're going to bake in the oven. Again, 375. We're probably going to go about 20-25 minutes until this has a nice gratinade crust on top. And then we're going to have those great bagel chips with it. If you could take that. So that's one thing you can do for this. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to build a sandwich because I think your platform of your bagels with that chew really makes for a great sandwich. So we took the everything bagel, cut them in half, and do you like a Cuban sandwich?
I do.
Where'd you have your first Cuban sandwich?
It wasn't Cuba.
It wasn't Cuba.
And it wasn't. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, but they are
I
great.
do like it.
So we're going to take some great mustard that we make in-house. You could use your favorite. Classically, it comes with Dijon and dill pickles, but we kind of do things a little different at Bistro and in my family. So we're just going to put that down.
They crank it up a little bit, don't they?
We do. We're going to take bread and butter pickles because I like that sweetness of the bread. I love the bread and butter pickles. I always have since I was a kid. So we're going to put those down. We have our Applejack brine turkey breast. Put down some turkey breast, and it's been smoked, so it has that great smoked flavor. Now we're going to add some of that beautiful pork that you have to have.
I was wondering what that was.
And this is, again, we smoke this in-house outside with our smoker. Then, of course, you have to have Swiss cheese. Put on some Swiss cheese. Do you like a lot of Swiss, Michael?
I like all cheeses.
You like all cheeses?
Yes.
Any cheese you don't like? Because we know there's a list.
I know there's a list. So far, I like all cheeses.
All right, that's even
I'll tell
brie.
you if that changes.
All right,
I enjoy a brie.
So we're gonna put these in our panini press. Come back for that. If you could hand me those French onion soups, and Michael, if you could hand me those bagel chips.
Yep. Let's get that out of the way.
So we have this beautiful French onion soup. It's one of our #1 sellers. We have a 48-hour beef bone broth. We're going to take some of these bagel chips, put them right on top. Instead of using French bread, use these bagel chips. What a great use for these, and the flavor profile is phenomenal. So we're going to take a little bit, I like a little bit of Parmesan and Gruyere mixed. And those, Parmesan is the grandfather of all cheeses. And we're going to place some more Swiss cheese on these crocs.
A grandfather that yells at you for
no, just
for not hitting correctly at the baseball game?
There's some Budweiser's the king of beers. This is the king of cheeses. So we're going to take. You want some more? Okay, we'll put some more. I did it underneath.
Oh, okay.
So we have a double cheese. We have a double tap of cheese. We're going to bake these in the oven again, 375 for about 8 minutes until it's nice and bubbly and hot. We're going to come back. We're going to talk more about bagels. We're going to show you how these bagels are eaten, and we're going to try some.
Oh, we'll show you how they're eaten. I promise. We'll
All right, everybody. We'll be right back.
The gates are open. The refreshments are cold. And the games, the action, and the evenings, they're all hot at the Eastwood Field when the Mahoning Valley Scrappers heat up this summer. Log on to mvscrappers.com for tickets, deals, and events. A home run for the whole family.
No hot water? Call A to Z Dependable Services. Our fully stocked rapid response water heater specialist will get you back in hot water in no time. A to Z is the only call you need to make.
Only A to Z.com.
Boom, boom, and city!
Hey, Mike, I think that sounds better and better every time, man. Hi, I'm Ray Mancini. Welcome to another round of the Boom Boom Room. I'm here with my ace corner man, cut man, Mike Case. No further ado, Jim Tressel, Ed O'Neill, Bruce Drennan, Ryan Florio. I'll kick your man. I'll kick the I kick the crap out of you. This is some deep shite, man. Deep shite. Ow! Am I the only one? More than anything, we gotta be entertaining, man. We gotta be entertaining. If it ain't entertaining, why are we doing it?
Hey, guys! I got the pizza.
We're always early.
Where's the band?
What time does this thing start anyway?
It starts the end of May till early September. The only place to be, River Rock at the Amp, every Saturday night.
As a real estate investor, I look for sharp agents who really know their market. Agents who do so much business, they can find me the right investment property and sell it for the most money without drama. When I need real estate advice in the Mahoning Valley, I call Kelly Warren. Her innovative marketing attracts hundreds of buyers every month, which creates more demand for your home, selling it faster and for more money. She guarantees to sell it on your timeline or she'll buy it. Call the agent I trust, Kelly Warren, and avoid the drama.
Everything's out of the oven. Does this not look good?
It's amazing.
I mean, you knew your bagels were good, and then we
I didn't know they were this good.
Yeah, I know.
Well, this is how we take your bagels and we kick it up like several layers and notches, and then look at how happy they look. I mean, the bagel chips look great, don't they?
Yep.
Unbelievable.
That was easy.
Can't wait to dig in.
Well, you can do these bagel chips. You can put anything on them. You could actually add more of your everything bagel mix on top of it. You could do this with a simple French onion dip. You could do it with whatever dip you created, a vegetable dip, you know, the good old North Swiss vegetable dip. But we made that Mediterranean dip with the roasted olives and artichokes and garlic and olives and sweet pepper, so that's going to be fantastic. But look at the Cuban, how that your bagel really took to that panini press really, really well. Got a nice char in it. It's going to accentuate the flavor of the sesame and the garlic, and then all the other flavors coming through.
That is awesome. Awesome. Mike's already digging in.
Yeah, I didn't want to wait.
And then, of course, French onion soup. I think this is a Mike K's favorite.
Oh, it's so good, and you can only get it when you go to a nice restaurant. You know
really
what I mean?
can, because you know what? You know, when you make really good French onion soup, and there's a whole history besides French onion soup. It was a necessity food during a war, but during the French War, and this has so many layers of flavor because we take the beef bones and we roast them first. We roast the vegetables that go into it. We add a lot of sherry wine. It cooks for 48 hours in our kettles downstairs. Really has a great sweet flavor because of the caramelized onions and the Swiss and everything. So just, to me, my favorite all-time soup.
Let's go over these bagels one more time. If people are tuning in now and they missed the previous segment, the difference between your bagel, a New York style bagel,
that's right,
and the other kind is what, in like 20 seconds?
The biggest thing is that we boil them before we bake them. A typical bagel that you may get at the store, I would consider a bread bagel, which is where they just make the dough and they let it rise and they bake it. Because we boil it first, it gives it an amazing chew.
So it's a chewy on the inside when you get it.
Oh yeah.
Where can people get these?
We can do it at Howland Farmers Market. We're there every week, or at iwantbagels.com.
Yeah, what do you do when the farmers market ends? It ends in the fall, probably.
I know. Well, we're figuring that out. You can also do it at Nova Coffee in downtown Warren. Actually, sells our bagels as well.
Awesome. Seven different flavors. If you haven't tried it, please try it. iwantbagels.com.
Well, I'm getting down on some of this dip, man. I want to check this out and see how it tastes.
You want me to cut one in half?
The crunch of these bagels.
For it. I can't wait.
All right.
Phenomenal.
And I got it. Boy, that is a crispy bagel, isn't it?
Goodness.
That's a crispy bagel, man.
There you go. You got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll eat the other half.
We'll do this together.
Okay.
All right.
1,
2, 3.
Delightful.
Is that great? Got all those great flavors.
Immediately the mustard.
Plus all the flavors, you know, that roasted garlic you put on top of your bagel and the sesame seeds, that all comes through in the flavor profiles. You know, we take a lot of pride in the 2 meats that we put on there, so. But none of this could happen without that great bagel, man.
Oh my goodness, thanks so much.
Yep. And if you're tailgating, football's going to start pretty soon. This dip is going to be your
It's going to be killer for football.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Sam.
All right, man.
Good job.
On the road with the test kitchen again.
I ate a lot of that soup.
So did I in that dip.
It was really hot, but I just kept eating it.
I got there a little after it cooled off.
That's smart.
Perfectly timed.
Smart play. Well, speaking of restaurants and pretty good chefs, you've had another one.
Yeah.
One of our buddies.
From our Perfectly Plated segment, we take you to Station Square and we introduce you to one of our good friends, Chef Ottavio. And we're going to give you a glimpse as to why he is so good at what he does.
up with Ottavio Musumeci just a few days after he came home from Italy, or rather, came back home to Youngstown.
And I went to see my mom in Torino, North, for 3 days. After we went to Venice for 1 day. After we went in Sicily for 9 days. It was fantastic.
Home for Ottavio might be Ohio now.
After 21 years, I'm here. And 19 years over here at Station Square.
But for this renowned chef, the passion for food and family began on the coast of Italy, surrounded by the things that matter the most.
Great time, great food, a lot of family. A lot of my cousins I never saw them for a long time. So it was great. Great vacation.
Ottavio's time away from his Station Square kitchen is well spent, to say the least. The streets of his home country are filled with the freshest seafood, the best ingredients, all of which are replicated when he gets back to work. The Station Square menu reads like a novel: steaks, pasta, seafood, a romance with food.
I think that's what makes us successful, the quality, and, you gotta love what you do. And like I would say, whatever you do in life anyway, but especially in the food industry, it's about love and passion. I would say, you gotta have a love and passion. It doesn't matter, sometimes when you say something, is how you say. And when you make a food, is how you make it. Anybody can make a lobster or a fillet, but you gotta make some other simple stuff the right way. Taste good, look good, good quality, consistent. And it's making it like very consistent. You don't want to be 10 or 5. You want to be consistent. And we try to do that. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, but we try to be, do the right thing.
And when it comes to creating a close to perfect meal, the perfect plate comes into play in a very big way. Steel Light is front and center on every table at Station Square.
And that was what we buy out of China. And the Steel Light company, one of the best in the world. Consistent, beautiful china, classy. He made all wine glass with our logo. Great company, one of the nicest company in the area.
And speaking of wine, the list at Station Square is endless, and Wine Spectator agrees. Station Square received the Best Award of Excellence in 2019. It's all part of a finely tuned experience that radiates from Ottavio and his team.
Is everybody important, from the first to last? So you got the dishwasher, the busboy, the salad lady, the dessert lady, the hostess, the bartender. It's come all together. It's like a piece of puzzle. You got to put it together to make things happen.
Michael, I have to say, everything on his menu, everything
and
for
what a
years.
menu. That menu is in the smallest font and 90 million things on there.
Right?
If you can't find something you like at Station Square, there's something wrong with you.
And he'll make you whatever he has.
And then there's that too.
There is that for sure. When we come back, people win money.
We're going for a ride. Thank you, Sweeney.
And thank you to our Cash Car partners and Eric Ryan for having fun with us. You don't want to miss this one because Michael has a moment and he's not even there.
We'll share it for you, with you after the break.
Let the wedding professionals at Avalon create a bridal experience that will last a lifetime. From your bridal shower to planning your special menu, bachelor and bachelorette parties, relaxing and revitalizing spa services, even your out-of-town guests will be treated to a vacation experience when you choose Avalon. Our 4 Avalon properties feature the best views and venues. Our Avalon shuttle service makes it easy to take advantage of everything Avalon has to offer. Call us today and fall in love with Avalon.
Okay, welcome back, and it's time to take a little drive.
Yes, shall we take a spin in the Sweeney Cash Car?
Now, one thing when you're taking the Sweeney Cash Car spin, A, brush up on your trivia, and also notice that there's 2 parts to this set, and there's somebody on this side. Recall, okay?
Oh, gosh.
That's enough explaining about
Nobody's
it.
going to want to be on our show anymore. But you do win money, and so did she, so take a look at this.
All right. right, we have Ricole with us today from Youngstown,
Welcome, Ricole.
the city of you.
Yes. We are embracing
My
that
place.
in a big way. We love Youngstown. We also love Sweeney and the Sweeney Cash Car. What do you think of this, Ricole?
This is awesome. I'm like super excited, and I was even more excited when I got the phone call this morning.
Well,
so I'm like ready. I watch this show all the time. I haven't watched it in a while, but
Well, we are glad to have you, and we
Yes.
appreciate you watching us. And this is the Silverado by Chevrolet.
yes, I'm very familiar with it.
Are you? Why is that?
Because it's a vehicle that I want to purchase.
All right.
All right.
Chevy girl.
We like you. So,
Sweeney girl.
What are you playing for? The $1,000 incentive to buy or $250 cash?
We'll go for the $250 in cash.
$250 cash. I like it. I like it. $250 goes a long way these days. And we are going to start with famous people trivia. What do you think about that, Ricole? You going to be helpful today, Eric?
I'm going to try.
We'll see.
Nicole, I can only do the best I can do.
Okay, you ready for this? All right. Question number 1, worth $50. Who is the founder of Facebook?
Mark Zuckerman.
Oh, very good. Mark Zuckerberg. Very good.
Zuckerberg.
You got it. That was
Yeah,
close enough. Close enough. Close counts in this game. All right. This one is a little difficult. Okay. So, just fair warning. What was the name of Sherlock Holmes's assistant? Dr.
Who came up with this question?
Watson?
Yes!
What?
Congratulations!
Let's go! Are you kidding me? I'm like, no way!
Dr. Watson.
Dr. Watson.
Wow.
You've been talked about Sherlock Holmes since what, 1990?
I know. I don't think I've ever talked about Sherlock
Let's
Holmes.
be honest. Let's be honest.
First of all,
Okay, question number 3. 2 down, 3 to go. Toy Story fans are ready for this one. What is the name of the toy cowboy in Toy Story?
Oh my goodness.
He wears a hat and he's got chaps. And
I can see him.
I can too.
what is his name? And he's made of something that might help you. It's a toy that looks like he's made of
clay.
No, well, I guess he does look like he's made of clay. That's a terrible hint. Tom Hanks does his voice.
Ooh, I am not a huge Toy Story fan.
Well,
I
okay,
can't
5, 4, 3,
Oh.
2.
Hold on. Hold on. No, come on.
1.5.
Like a.
We'll come back to it. How about
Okay.
that? All right. Question number 4. Who is the patron saint of Ireland?
Patron saint of St. Patrick.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Go with the obvious ones, right? Go with the obvious ones. Okay. The last question before we go back to our Toy Story question. The Beatles music band featured 4 members. Name 2 of them. The Beatles. Name 2 of them.
Oh my goodness.
Watching traffic in Boardman is a full-time job.
My friend Rebecca is gonna kill me.
Friend Rebecca's gonna kill her. All right. You wanna. Oh boy. Name 2 of them.
What is the one?
Yeah, really famous.
I know these are. Was it the
Paul McCartney?
Oh,
There
there's
you go.
One more.
What is the guy with the wife and he passed away?
He has glasses. One of them has glasses.
Yes, and he kind of look. Oh, he has long hair.
And J. It starts with a J. Is that the one you're thinking of?
His wife is.
Oh no. Okay, we're gonna have to go back to the first one, okay? All right. Toy Story. We're going back.
What is the name of the cowboy? Go with your first gut instinct.
Tony.
Tony? It's Woody. Woody. Okay.
I say it was made out of.
How about one bonus question?
Okay.
One bonus question. Who was my co-anchor on WFMJ today? Speaking of famous people.
The most famous guy.
Right, and he's not even here, and he's
Yeah.
on the show with me. So who's the other person that does this with us? If you could name him, I'll give you one question back.
WFMJ.
In the morning show, when we do this show together.
Right now?
Yeah. Not this one, the other one. I'm trying so hard.
Sorry.
That's okay. We're both. It's all right. It's all right. We had 3 questions right out of 5, correct? Do some math.
That's
for
right.
me.
Yep.
How much is that?
$150.
$150.
Woo!
Congratulations. We'll take it. Congratulations. Amen, sister.
Very, very good.
And thank you to Sweeney and everybody for making this possible, including you,
appreciate it.
Eric. All right.
Thank you.
Bada bing, bada boom.
That makes me a little bit sad.
Oh, everybody knows who you are.
That's not
Just
true.
because Nicole didn't remember your name.
It's okay.
If you would like to take a spin in the Sweeney Cash Car, you can. Just know his name. And all you have to do is just go to our website, valleyspotlight.com/cash car. Go to the Sweeney website. It's all there for you.
Yeah, we just draw out of a hat and then pick you, and then you get to take a ride in a really cool pickup truck.
It was cool, wasn't
I think
it?
Eric has just as much fun as we do.
I
on these
know he
things.
does. I know he does.
All right. Before we go, our retro-mercial this week is kind of about the Pittsburgh Steelers from when I was little, and Samsonite luggage.
I love Samsonite luggage.
Yeah, and back in the day, the Steelers were like the toughest team, the Steel Curtain. Them and the Raiders were like the 2 toughest teams. So they put them up against Samsonite luggage in this commercial. Samsonite wins.
All right, good to know. And next week we're going to do a GAC commercial because that's my favorite commercial from when I was a kid.
And we might eat a cricket.
We'll
Should we
see.
save time next week to eat a cricket?
Fine.
Listen to the
John.
crew.
Oh
They're very excited.
Goodness. Listen,
Yeah.
look at these faces. Thank you always for watching
Yeah.
Valley Spotlight.
And there's a lot of places you can watch us. There's Facebook and
Yes.
Roku, and are we on Apple TV yet?
We will be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our website, valleyspotlight.com.
Everything that you could ever want.
Have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you next week.
Samsonite versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's one tough bag.
Samsonite makes over 400 styles of tough bags. Samsonite's got your bag.
If you like this video, subscribe to Valley Spotlight on YouTube and be sure to click on the notifications bell so you know when we've got some new stuff. You also can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to us on Vimeo or our Roku channel.